Hi folks, it's Tom from Mirror Restorations. I thought I'd take a minute just to talk about safety and safety gear before we do any more. You've seen a few videos now of me working and you've seen me get up. I've had a few just gently chiding comments from my friends about my fashion sense. Everybody loves my jersey, but there's a method behind the madness. I'm not wearing it to be the best looking guy here. Okay, so first of all, I've been stripping off varnish and epoxy and using a heat gun to do that. You'll have seen in my time-lapse video when I stripped this deck that I was always very careful to wear at least one leather gauntlet. These actually have fireproof cotton inside them, I think, which is brilliant. But these gauntlets really protect your hands and your wrists from burning. Like, you can literally do that with a heat gun turned on just for a couple of seconds and you'll be fine. So they really save you from any accidents, and I can't recommend them strongly enough, especially since your shave hook is likely to get extremely hot as you go through. So actually you end up touching it and you will get burnt unless you're using gauntlets. The technique that you'll have seen with me using the heat gun, I'm always waving it. That's because if you leave it in any place for more than a couple of seconds, you will burn the deck. I'll show you in a later video. There is one patch over there where I accidentally did burn the wood. That'll just have to be part of it. But the other thing you need to do using a heat gun is be incredibly mindful of what you're doing. Not only do you not want it too close to the deck because you'll burn it, you want your heat gun 5 or 6 inches or so away from the deck, but also as you down tools, you've got to be careful about what you're doing. You don't want to just put them straight down on your deck like that. Remember, this is going to be extremely hot. You'll end up burning your desk, burning your decks, burning the wood. So I don't know whether you noticed, but what I always do is leave them hanging over the edge like that, so the heat sources, the residual heat, doesn't actually burn as you put them down. When you're moving around, you're changing things around on deck, what you also want to do is be mindful you're pointing the heat gun well away as you're working. Right, so I've got gauntlets. Why am I wearing this horrible jersey? Well, first of all, it's cotton, and second of all, it's got full-length sleeves. When you're working like this in the boat, you are going to get fiberglass all down there, and you will end up with a nasty fiberglass rash on the inside of your arms if you're not careful. So you want a long-sleeved jersey. Now, using a heat gun, and you've got a plastic jersey like a fleece, anything polyester, if you put a heat gun on it, you will melt it, and that will melt onto your skin, and that is extraordinarily painful. So what you want is something that's 100% cotton, long sleeves, and that's why you can find me wearing this fetching old Musto rugby jersey so often. Last thing to mention is a good respirator. You need this for doing anything with epoxy and anything with any organic vapors. What you need to do, look at your epoxy data sheets, look at your paint data sheets. In the UK, these are called COSH sheets, Care of Substances Hazardous to Health. For me, what I'm doing is I'm using a respirator because I find it much better than just the face masks. And I have what are called AB, you won't be able to see, but AB1 cartridges on here with additional filters. AB1 in the UK, and I think Europe, is the kind of cartridge that filters out organic vapor. So that's the one that you need for protecting yourself against epoxy fumes and resin fumes, paint fumes and the like. Just a normal dust mask won't help with that. So when you're doing work with chemicals, make sure you have the right respirator and AB1. Quite besides that, it also filters out the dust and all the glass. don't want that in your lungs when whether you're stripping off or putting new chemicals, working with new chemicals and glues, putting them on. I've been able to keep dust out of my airways, and that's really important. So there we go. That's the safety video. Stay safe, and if you have any questions, ask on the forums, and people will be giving you good advice over there.